Alright, we're going to take a look at the circular pattern. You have done a circular pattern before using the wheel, but we're going to just practice that out again real quick. Going to go new, standard IN IPT is just fine, and start a sketch. This time I'm going to actually pick the right side. We're going to create this little flange, and then we'll do an extruded cut through the detail. The extruded cut's not that big of a deal, so we might just skip it. I'm going to go ahead and hit the YZ plane there for the right side. And we're going to draw out this line. So first things first, I'm going to just draw the profile. I'm going to start at the origin. I'm going to go over one. Zoom out a little bit so I can see a little better. And just kind of draw the profile at this point. I'm not going to worry too much about being exact. I'm just getting a profile taken care of. My constraints. My thickness, this piece here, is 0.5, so that's 0.5. And I have a revolve area that is 0.375, so I need to create a construction line underneath this at a distance of 0.375. That also gets us this distance here. So I'm going to go line, come over to format, and turn on construction line, come underneath this, and just draw a horizontal line straight across. The next step is to start to constrain that into place. This, again, is 0.375. And from this line to that line is also 1. And then this line to that line is 2.5. So it says we need 2 dimensions at this point. Really what it's asking for is some dimensions with this thing. But we're not going to worry about that right now. If you really want to, you could add in some constraints. I should use a horizontal constraint to make sure that that stays put. Now it's fully constrained, but when you're dealing with a construction length like that, you don't really need to worry about it. So I'm going to, at this point, finish the sketch and do a revolve. My profile's selected by default. I'm going to use the axis here that we created to create that flange and click OK. Now, the circular pattern that we're going to do here is we're just going to put a hole. It asks us to put a point that is vertically aligned in the appropriate distance from the center of the part. And we're going to use the hole feature to place a 0.5 through hole on that point. So I'm going to start a sketch on this face. You'll see there's my origin. I'm going to grab the point command right here, like we did in the holes, and place it. I'm going to use a vertical constraint, because I'm in the front, to select the hole and the origin or any other point that I can select, which is right here. And then I need to constrain the appropriate distance. Now, this might become a little bit of an issue because I'm not able to pick here and this origin. So I'm actually going to pick, there we go, I can pick the circle, and that gets me the center point. So this distance is 1.65, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and finish the sketch, come up to modify and choose the hole command. It was asking us to do a hole feature placed 0.05 through that point. So, taking a look, it's a drilled hole through all. My distance here is going to be 0.5 and OK. That's the only point at this point. The next part is we are going to do the center feature pattern. So we're going to come up to, on the 3D model tab, come up to pattern and circular pattern. The feature I'm going to choose is the hole. The rotation is going to be an outside edge. This face works just fine. And I believe that it wants us to have 10 holes, including the first hole, modeled around the entire center line. So instead of 6, we're going to make 10 of those and click OK. That's all we got to do for the flange for the circular pattern using that, so go ahead and get that one submitted. Thank you.